Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today is very special. So in my last video, I said that my boyfriend got me two canvases from Diamond Art Club for Valentine's Day. And here we have one of them. She is already laid out. I would have done an unboxing, but I knew for a fact that for both canvases, I would have to do desk math, which to me means I will have to figure out how on earth I'm going to get this thing to work with how I have my desk currently, as my desk is too small and butts up to the wall. So that way it's out of the way because our office is multi-purpose right now. But I'm still very excited. This is going to be the kit up video for Diamond Art Club's Lofi Cali Girl. This is a painting, or a diamond painting, that I have been wanting to work on, apologies, for the past couple of years. She is the one I wanted to buy first, but sadly she kept going out of stock, and by the time I was able to purchase it, or purchase a canvas, she was already out of stock for almost a year, if not 2 years. But I was finally able to get her two canvases that I had really been wanting, were both in stock at the same time while I had a buy one get one half off coupon, and that was not going to escape. Neither of them were. Um, so sadly you can't see, like, from a distance what she looks like, but I can show you her little sticker label. If I can. There we go. Okay. Lofi Cali Girl. I love her to death. She is going to go over my boyfriend's desk, because this is one of the first ones that we've had where it's horizontal, so it can go over slash behind his chair without it like getting in the way. And also because his walls have space and mine do not, because I already have two Diamond Art Club canvases over here. Which actually I need to do the start date because I will be starting on her today. But yeah, today's kit up video is going to be her. What happened to my dark blue pen? I have one. I thought. I assumed. I could just use skinny Sharpie. That'll work, I suppose. Today is the 18th. See if I can remember how to spell February without butchering it. $2026. But today is the kit up video. This video is going to be significantly longer than my usual kit up videos. So simply because, for those of you who don't know, Diamond Art Club does not mess around with drills. And it does not help that this is a very large canvas. But they do not mess around with drills. It is going to be chunky. Here's what we're working with. It's because there are 80 colors. And just, yeah, it's chunky. I already got my little setup, basically. The only thing I don't have out yet is tape. And that is because I haven't picked out a roll yet. For Diamond Art Club, I usually just pick out a roll and assign it to that picture, because it usually ends up taking up most of the roll. Let's see if I can get to my tapes. My tapes are on two paper towel holders that are shaped like bats and coffins, because I thought it would be cute. And because they also ended up being way too short for my paper towel holders. Because when you are first buying things for apartments and homes, no one tells you. You have to measure everything. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the cats because she has a cat that sits at her window. Their tape is orange, and I don't know what else I would use it for. But I mean, the tape is orange, which there's a giant fire in the background. The cat is in the windowsill, and it looks like a couple of the cats that are on here, kinda. And simply because while there are plenty of plants on here, flowers just don't seem to fit that vibe. And while it's Cali, neither does the beach, because we don't really see anything beachy in it. So, yeah, orange roll of cats. And like I said before in a previous video, I do believe, we're gonna put my tray back up in there. This is going to take my Dollar Tree jars, which I prefer to tape down and label and then pour the colors into it, so I'm not trying to do that in between each one. So let me just straighten these out a bit. And here we go. Don't play with scissors. Let me grab a wipe because it looks like some of my jars need a little bit of a wipe down. But that's mainly because I haven't used them in a very long time. Well, not in a long time per se. But some of them are a tad dusty. And I don't see them. I might be out. Lovely. Okay. Never mind, we'll work with what we got. So I'm not leaving the office, because if I do, Gremlin will come in here. And this is not one I want her to mess up in any kind of way. But here we go. Tape line. Trim right before gray cat. There we go. And then after I do this, at some point I do plan on doing a border around the picture too. I'm just not doing that on camera simply because I'm not going to have anywhere to put my tripod in that process because I'll have to move it around too much in order to do that. Which is why y'all are only getting a partial of the picture, because my camera kind of has to be on my desk because of where I need the laptop to be sitting in the process. Boop. Alright, grab these three out to do these three. Doot. Doot. Oop. Wax from an extra one at some point. That needs to go in the desk. And also, slightly controversial thing when it comes to Diamond Art Club paintings. I put them in numerical order, like the order they are supposed to be in, instead of which color is there the most. Because, habit. Which I've seen, that's what most people do, is they'll have it in the order of what color is used the most. But I don't like doing that. Mainly because it bothers my brain. Okay, you need to be centered a little more. There we go. Alright, pick them up. And you will see that some of these jars are not all white, and that is because I go by what is in stock at Dollar Tree. So while they mainly have the white ones, sometimes they have the ones that are multicolored. Sometimes they have the ones where it's 4 different or 3 different colors in one box pack. It's either 3 or 4, I can't remember at the current time. Or, well, yeah, sometimes it's the blue ones, sometimes it's the pink ones. But basically, my rule is whatever I can get my hands on at the time. Because I am not picky, and at the time, I was balling on a budget. I still am. But now I've accumulated so many, it doesn't matter. Although if I ever get one of the ginormous paintings from Diamond Art Club, or get one that has more than 90 colors, I think, then I will have to go back to Dollar Tree. Which, I mean, I do also have the Diamond Art Club, like, containers, that storage system they have. But it is, well, like, half of it is currently being used for a different diamond painting that I am admittedly neglecting. But it's fine. Admittedly, it's getting neglected because it's a slight pain. I'm sorry, Kitty, for having to do that. But it's a slight pain because of... Why is there... What do you go to? I don't want to know. It's being neglected, though, because there's a slight issue with it where one of the symbols, not all of them were correctly turned into their symbols, so some of them are still 0 instead of that symbol. And I only know it's some because you can find all of the symbols in that picture, but then you can't figure out what the zeros go to, so... But because of what's surrounding in that area, I also know what it's most likely going to be, but it's in between 2 colors. So essentially, I just have to figure out which one it's going to be based on how many colors are left at the end of the entire picture. Which is very annoying. And I'm very sad because I was excited about that picture. I got it off of Walmart, I believe. Yeah, Walmart. Walmart.com. It's one of the non-brand ones, I'll admit. But it's a scene from Lord of the Rings, so I was very excited about it, because I love Lord of the Rings. I grew up watching it with my dad. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. Like, we would do marathons, which, do you know how hard it is to do a Lord of the Rings marathon as a 6-year-old? It is difficult, because we had the attention spans of goldfish. But, yeah. I was very excited for it, but now I kind of dread working on it because I don't want to deal with that. But I also know I kind of have to. Okay, I accidentally cut this one a teensy bit short. Everyone's going to fit, so it's fine. Alright, after this row, we will do the stickies. Boop, boop, boop. Which, at some point, I need to go to my local Dollar General and get new tweezers. Because, admittedly, my diamond painting tweezers have accidentally become multi-purpose. Because they are very sharp and pointy. So they've been used for a couple other things other than diamond painting, which has made them not, like, close all the way, if that makes sense. So I need to replace them at some point. But I just get my tweezers from Dollar General, because for some reason they carry a whole bunch of vinyl tools, like tools for working with, like, crickets and stuff. I'm not entirely sure why they do, but they do. Just realized I'm going to need to rotate these so they're actually... Well, I don't have to. They'll get messed up anyways. One moment, I got... I'll check that again in just a second. Okay. It is... Apologies, it's my boyfriend. He's asking me to run a RuneScape thing for him. One of the very few things I do know how to run on him for RuneScape is one of the little AFK thingies that they basically do. But it will wait until I am done with this. I see people use like tweezers and stuff to place the stickers. I don't get that. Like, I'll use my tweezers if I need to, like, help getting it off the sheet. But they'll just do that just to, grab it in general, and I don't understand that. But that is also because well, I think they do it for aesthetic. And now that I think about it, some of them usually do have, like, acrylic nails and stuff. Maybe not acrylics, but, like, the fake nail stuff. Which, admittedly, someday I do want to get those at some point. I just don't know when. Oh, goodness. I'll look at that in a second. But, currently, to hold all of my jars, you will recognize these as the colorful teacher plastic drawer thingies that were in every single classroom everywhere. They may not have been rainbow in your classroom, but it's the same, like, plastic rolly cart thing. I got it from my mother-in-law. Excuse me. I got it from my mother-in-law. One tray holds 30 jars. So there are currently 30 jars in this, which is why I have 3 of the drawers on my desk right now, because it will take 80 jars. But that's how I store these containers, simply for it's the easiest way I have right now. Okay, after these last 3 stickers on this row, I'll look at his message. But I'm very excited for this picture because the first 2 diamond paintings I did, they're both from the same artist, which is what the other canvas I got is also from. But they all have the same color palette, so like greens and grays and dark blues and browns and beiges. This is the first picture I've gotten where it is a bunch of bright colors. Well, brighter than them at least, where it's like reds and purples and greens and blues. A lot of blues. A lot of blues. Like, there's more blue than 310, which in any painting you have ever worked on for any diamond painting anyone has ever worked on is truly a miracle. Because 310 is like the big boss when it comes to diamond paintings. You find it everywhere. If you hold on to drills as like just to make sure you have some extra, it will be the first one you will have filled up no matter what. Oh, this might be where I need the. Never mind. Alrighty. First sticker row done on here. Oops. I have not yet adjusted to the fact my camera has changed angles, so bear with me. And that is because I figured out how to put the camera on my tripod. I didn't realize a piece came off of it so you could like spin it on there easier and then just clip it back onto the tripod. But admittedly, I got it off of, again, Walmart.com, and there were no instructions included with it. So, it's more of a learn as you go tripod, somehow. We have reached 20, which means we only have 10 stickers left on this one. I'm trying to decide if I should tape down and sticker everything first, or do it by tray. Actually, I think I'll do it by tray. So that way, as I finish one, I can put it back on the thing for a moment at least. So I have more room to work with for the others. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So, in a second, we will bust open the pack of drills. This isn't going to be the first canvas I've done with more than 80 colors, because I think I've done one with over 100. But this will be the first big canvas I've done with over 60 colors. Because the first two I've done, the first one had 64 colors, the second one had 65. So this is a slight jump, but I'm very excited. Boop, boop. And while I do this, I do have Gremlin kicked out of the room, just in case. Just in case. That, and I've also discovered that she has developed a taste for adhesive. I'm not entirely sure why. But like she really wants to lick this canvas, but the entire thing is covered, so she can't. So I don't know. Cats are weird. 7, 14, 21, 20, 35. They hold 35, not 30. That's my bad. I completely mixed it up. Okay, the drawers hold 35 of each of these little, like, what, 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 4? I don't remember how many ounces these jars are, I'm not gonna lie. I'd have to look it up. Which, at some point, I plan on bulk buying a box of these, because Dollar Tree has it to where you can buy things basically as a pallet, or like a box, on their website, and I'm thinking of doing that, because these jars really are handy. Because I have used these jars for so many paintings. Because, like, these are really good also for the Christmas Michael's diamond paintings, because they usually go pretty chunky with some of their colors, and you could fit, like, the standard diamond painting bag sizes. You could fit, like, 2 or 3 of them in there, which is lovely. Because I hate having bags just sitting out, which, I mean, for this one, that's going to happen regardless, because it's impossible to try and fit all of them into the same, or all of them in one jar. It can be attempted, but it is difficult. So, and last sticker, 35. Alright, let me get this ready. That's where my blue pen was. I put it to the side so it would be ready for me to use it for this picture. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's not do that anymore. Put the pen to the side, get a drink of a drink, because I'm dying. But this is just a little, not really cute, it's just a plain white container. Little cheap plastic tray I got from the dollar store. You will hear that about a lot of my equipment. But I have a few of these. You'll just see them float throughout my videos. This one is going to be used for the bags where I can't fit multiple colors into one jar. And I need one more thing out of my tool drawer. Come on, little guy. Scent beads. I use these for static, which Diamond Art Club can be pretty bad about. One, because it's easier than dryer sheets. For me, at least, because I don't feel like cutting up a bunch of dryer sheets. Actually, I think I might need to refill my jar. But it's easier than dryer sheets. They're easier to pick out. And the added bonus of they make the drills smell good. And these honestly seem to work faster for me, but I think that's just because they don't, like, sit at the top. They actually sink because they have some weight to them. Oh boy, here we go. Let me push this back for a second. Chunky, chunky. Ooh. Put that right there for trash. Alright, basically, I will stop at the 869. Okay. One tube. Another. I might need to pull out another drawer just to use for this. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Ooh. I see some of the pretties in that one. Okay. Yeah, like I said, Diamond Art Club, a lot of colors. A lot of bags. Just a lot. A lot. I just realized that this one's a numerical order instead of which one has the most. I appreciate that. It's the bags that are like that. Right. I forgot. Okay. 3 10s. I know you're towards the beginning. Okay, we'll just do that for now. The ones I need. 154. Jeez. Well, I do need... Stopping at what number? 869. Okay, so I need this one. This is going to be a bit of a process. I could time-lapse this, admittedly, but I'm not going to. Simply because this is kind of just how it goes with Diamond Art Club. It's a process. Okay, 803. No. Ooh, that's gorgeous. 606. You go in there too. 6, 5. A 7 right there. Okay, these two. I wish they did the bags in numerical order, admittedly, simply for ease, but that's how they do their system, so what can you do? Nope. Nope. 823. Cut that. Oh, there's 3 bags of that one. So sorry for that. If I don't talk often enough in my headphones, they turn off. Except the headphones don't realize they're being used because they're not in a call. So, what did I say? 860 something? Yeah, 869. Okay, so you'll be a different one. Oh yeah, we're already at 30 minutes on this one. But in a previous video, this is one of the aforementioned projects where I wanted to test and see how hard it would be to edit long videos and upload, and how long it would take to upload long videos. Because I prefer to keep my kidding up videos as they are, because I like to ramble and talk through them. It's nice. Of course, I just like to ramble and talk in general. And I don't like editing around that. Which, yes, I am now the one editing my videos because my boyfriend thinks I work on doing the diamond paintings too often, which I probably admittedly do. But I don't care. And because I have been itching to work on this since it came in, so I needed basically my previous videos to be edited so I could. All of these aren't going in containers yet, so yeah, let me grab all these and get them out the way. Back into their bag. Okay, start working on this stack. Okay. But that's just how I prefer to do it. I like to ramble through, especially during the longer ones, because, I mean, why not? And for some of these, what you look at them and think, man, couldn't I use smaller jars for these? I could. But then I run the fear of losing said smaller jar. Because the ones like this can honestly fit in, like, an eyeshadow, one of the little itty bitty like wax containers that come in most of the paintings. It could come in one of those. They can fit in those. I have a bunch of those built up from the wax. But I don't want to lose them. So, in a big jar, I can't lose them. Okay. You go back, and you go back. Next stack. It's even smaller. A lot of these are going to be the Z's, aren't they? Yeah. Must be like little highlight colors. Oh, here's one I need. Okay. You go back. I need those two. And I see a lot of people use like really, really big scissors, like shears for these. I admittedly, I might get a pair to see how that goes, but for the most part, I'm probably just gonna stick with my little scissors because I'm clumsy. The amount of times I've accidentally managed to cut myself from using scissors that are too big is pretty high. It's pretty high. It's up there. I'm not gonna lie. So smaller scissors, so I'm less likely to cut/pinch my finger on accident. Because I am clumsy. Alright, let's see. 869, I do believe that's the last one. Yep, that's the last one on this thing. So let me cut that out real quick. $7.75. Which, because these have 35 in them instead of 30 like I thought, that puts 60, 70, so 10 jars are going to get shoved into this one, I believe. So that I don't have to have a whole third extra tray when I only have 10 jars needed for it, or from that thing. So, yeah. And here we go again. 9:30, not yet. I do need you. Wow, you are a fluorescent orange. Which, I mean, is going to be needed because it's fire in the background. Duh. 6001. What? Oh, okay. It's probably a color that was, like, canceled at some point or something on the DMC. I have no idea. Okay, and there you go. You go in there. 171. Okay, these three. Admittedly, because both of these have recently been restocked, they might not need as many scent beads, because the newer they are, I think the less staticky they are, but I could be wrong. Those go in the bag. Oh wow, it's a lot of fairy dust drills. Pretty. You go there. Nope, nope, yep. Admittedly, I could have done like some of my other ones and stickered in advance, but like, I didn't want to take away from the experience. Alright, now here we go. Admittedly, there is going to be a giant pile of trash on my desk in a bit, and that is because... Actually, no, I took out the trash from my little trash can recently. So the can is empty. Just doesn't have a bag. So, we're going to put that right there. Put that there. Now let the process begin again. Put those right there. What are you? Not supposed to be here. 3743. 775. Right here. This is going to be slightly out of order because I am grabbing the bags at random. Oh yeah, that's not too bad about static at all. So yeah, I think some people are right. Like, the longer they sit in a thing, the more static they get. But I also have no idea. 869. This might get broken up into like a part 2 or something, admittedly. Because I'll need a break in between this, and I'm not sure about editing a video where I'm talking in it to where there isn't like gaps in it. I'm not sure about doing that. But that's fine. I think. Maybe I just both add them to the thing and scoot them together. I have no idea. Oh my god, this is the easiest time I've had with putting them in their jars. Knock on wood. $7.47. I just saw you. There you are. But I am also, as you noticed before, the entire thing was covered in drills and trays. The canvas is upside down, and that is because, again, like I said, my desk is too small. So I'm going to work on the top half upside down, and then flip it the correct way, and then do the other half. $7.92. There it is. At some point in time, I do plan on getting a bigger desk and upgrading a lot of things, but right now, that is not feasible. So we work with what we got. $3.22. Here you are. Oops. Dropped a couple. For other diamond paintings, you will see me just sweep those to the side. For Diamond Art Club, they get picked up. For the most part. I'll admit there's other times where I kind of do just sweep them to the side. But it also depends. Like how far into the picture I am, and how much less I'm starting to care. Which is usually when I'm hitting that just about done point on it, so. 779. Which at some point I need to see if there's a setting for my headphones on like the computer or something where I can make it so they don't like power off after a certain point. Because that's handy whenever like you set them down after you're done on your computer or whatever, but like not in this type of thing. 814. Chunky bag. Might be a little bit of static in this one. Yeah, there's a little bit, so I'll probably drop a couple in there. Let me see if I can get my spoon out without damaging anything. Because I prefer to scoop them out with a spoon. Of course, I could be looking in the wrong drawer, which I think I am. Oopsie. There we go. Alrighty. There it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. Okay. Ain't it cute? My brother-in-law's aunt got it for me. I think it's supposed to have like an adventurine in it or something. I don't know, but we're just going to take a little scoop, drop those in. Close it up and give it a little shake. Oh yeah, that's already way better. Okay. It's 814. 327. Ooh, purple. I don't think I've ever placed purple drills before. Like a brown purple maybe, but oh no, I've placed purple. Although I think those are fairy dust purple. So I don't know if those really count per se. $309. Red. The first reds from Diamond Art Club I'm getting to use. But yeah, she's upside down so I can work on the top first and then work my way down. For the other one I do, my canvas I also got for Valentine's Day. She's going to be different. She's going to have to be worked on sideways because she's a vertical picture. Right? Yeah, vertical. Which admittedly, the first time I worked on one, I worked on her, or one of her siblings, I guess you would say. I went through like 3 different tables trying to figure out the best way to do it. But since I'm recording now, I can't really do that. So instead, we are making it work with what we got, and even if it is going to be a little bit of a pain. yeah, my setup has also changed a good bit since then, so I mean, who knows? It might be easier now. Next we have, ooh, 3-pack. Let's see how many of these I can get to fit in one. And if it runs up running over, then I'll just do an extra. An extra, I mean the one color going in its own jar because I accidentally started pouring it into the jar when it was not going to fit. Well, it looks like I can get about, oh no, we might be able to squeeze that. Maybe not. Alrighty. We have our first extra bag. And also, these seem to have static because one of the drills, a couple of the drills, did not want to go in. They kind of just bounced off. So, another scoop. Maybe a little extra. Give that a shake. And where's my marker board? There it is. Something I do if I'm going to have extras is I'll also write it down on my marker board so I don't forget. Because that is something I do. It's 823 that I have an extra bag of. And it'll also remind me to like refill it whenever I start getting like halfway through it-ish. And I said that container is going to be for that, but for now it's also being used for something else, so for now it'll just go off to the side. We'll put it over there underneath the camera so it doesn't get mixed up. 824. I just said 823. Yeah, 824. Okay. Which these are very gorgeous blues. Like, very gorgeous. I do love them. You are also pretty staticky, so we'll put some in halfway through. What I should get, it's one of those jars that they use for, like toppings on an ice cream bar that they sell at the dollar store sometimes, where it has like a little spoon with a notched lid, so like the spoon handle sticks out a bit. I should get one of those. Oh yeah. Definitely a little staticky. Not the worst. I can at least bounce these off the bag. And we'll top you off with a little bit. There we go. But those are also jars that I say for everything is the Old Smoky ones. Because they're great for, like, diamond painting storage purposes. Like, all the plastic tips that end up coming with the little crappy stylus that comes in every single kit you get from, like, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and all of them. Those, I hold on to the single placers, and if they come with any multi-placers, I'll also hold on to those. Because, like, for some of the pens that you get, like the 3D printed ones and the, other ones off Etsy, you don't realize it, but you can wear down the single placers pretty easy. And then I hold on to the multi-placers also, because I have noticed that the plastic ones are usually thinner, so they're better for working on diamond paintings where spacing matters. And again, those wear down because they're only plastic. 310. But I use those jars for the placers. The single and the multi. Because, I mean, it's a small container that, you know, plenty of those can fit in. I mean, they're small, for the most part. Because I have yet to see one that will just come with, like, a 9-placer randomly. The Diamond Art Club Diamond Art Club multi-placers that come included are the 4 and the 7, I believe. Which is the biggest I've seen just randomly come with a picture. The only time I've really seen the, like, 9-placers is if you buy, like, a kit. Like a container one. Okay, you have some static too. But I'm also just not fond of 9-placers. Like, I think the biggest placer I will use is a 7. Unless I am working on a round and the color blocking is truly horrific. Like, half of the picture is the exact same color type of thing. But I don't work on those very often because I don't like those. I like mine having variety. 803. We are just about, well, not just about, we still have quite a few packets left. But, like, we're over halfway done with this tray, at least. Looks like this one's going to need some scent beads too, but not many, I think. I could be wrong. Oh. I dropped the jar on the desk. Only 3 fell out, so that's fine. And, like, I've seen they make those little sifters so you can, like, sift out the scent beads from your drills whenever you're, like, kitting down. And I kind of do want one of those. But I might just ask my father-in-law to print it for me like I have before with some things, because I don't buy Diamond Art Club enough or use the scent beads enough, because the scent beads only really come out with the Diamond Art Club paintings, for me personally. But I don't use them often enough to warrant paying for one. Making one, though, yes. Drink break. Which, my beverage of choice right now, even though it is almost noon, because I have been doing this for an hour. Yes, this is going to have a part 2 to it. Basically, I'll finish this tray, and then I think I'll turn the other tray into a part 2, because this has taken me about an hour. But even though it is almost noon, my drink of choice is coffee with raspberry vanilla creamer. And it is delicious. Okay. Now I need 606. That's a very bright color. I like it. Well, it's kind of hard to see because there is a lot of shadow right now, especially on that side of the desk. Which, when I work on this picture, I will be using my light pad. I do have one, it's just the past few diamond paintings I have done for y'all have been the Hobby Lobby canvases, and you can't really use a light pad with those because they have a cardboard backing. It might not be cardboard, it could be like plywood or something, I don't know. But it has a wood background basically, so you can't shine a light through it. Admittedly, I do need a bigger light pad because right now I am rocking I don't know what size it is actually. I just know it was $11 at Hobby Lobby, so it is small. But it works for what I've got, and I'm gonna keep using it until it breaks, which honestly is probably gonna be any day now because the plug-in port thing is the USB-A, I think. The old Android one basically. I think it's A. I could be wrong. And they did not like make the port or secure the port very well in that thing at all. Because every single time I unplug it, I feel like I'm about to break it. But I kind of have to unplug it every now and then to move it. So 817. But I do hope that, yeah, whenever I do have to replace my light pad, it will be a bigger one. And hopefully a better, well-made one. Maybe I'll get the one from Michael's. That one's a pretty decent size. And it seems to work pretty well for my friend. And it's a USB-C type, which, you know, is standard. Because as it is, for my light pad, the cord for it broke in like less than a month. I had to buy a replacement cord for it. And it is a pain to find that type of cord now. Like, everyone insists on putting it in speakers and stuff, and then you can never find the actual charger. 825. But also because of the sheer amount of things that have to get plugged in when you diamond paint. I do plan on getting one of those desks that has like one of the built-in little... Do you go with these? One of the built-in power strips? No, you're too dark. Well, we're too many blues in to be able to tell what kind you go with. But a surprising amount of things have to be plugged in when you diamond paint. So I plan to get one of those desks that has a built-in USB-C, not USB-C, it's not USB. Built-in power strip. There we go. If it includes USB ports also, that'd be great. But one with a built-in power strip. Because right now, my cords dangle from my desk. And my kitten is insisting on playing with them, which keeps causing them to get unplugged. It's a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. There we go. Like I said, my headphones keep thinking I'm not using them, even though I am, because I'm not listening to anything. Which I could be while I work on this, but for whatever reason, if I am listening to someone talk, even if I know for a fact they cannot hear me because I muted myself, I still won't. Because I feel like I'm interrupting them, even if they can't hear me. I don't know why. I have no idea what has caused me to have that habit in the slightest. $7.94. Yeah, this is going to have a part 2 to it. I am just about done with the first tray, though. But it's going to have a part 2, so I can take me a little intermission break. Maybe not a part 2. Maybe I'll manage to, like, edit it into one video, if I can figure that out. I have no idea. But I will be taking a break after this, at the very least. So I can do some things around the house, use the restroom, stuff like that. Oh yeah, that one definitely could have used a smaller jar. But we're using the same size jars for all because I don't want to lose them. Alrighty, ooh, another vibrant orange. $7.41. $3.16, which is right here, up by the camera. Well, actually, no. I'll make it to where it is a part 2 because, again, this is just an hour of me rambling through it. So, but unlike my other videos where I do, I post them a week apart, both of these will get posted the same day because they are technically the same video, just spaced. So you can have it a little more bite-sized, I guess. Or I could post the next, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. 162. And if you ever think I know what I'm doing, you are very wrong. I have no clue what I'm doing at any point given time. Three colors left. Let's go ahead and grab those 3 jars. 154, 598. There you are. And $7.99. Okay, 154. I got a notification. I need to see what that is. I will do it in a second, though. Alright, 154. 598. And the last jar for this tray, $7.99. And I think for the next part, I'll go ahead and pull out, well, actually everything's going to get put into the same tray. Some are just going to be stacked on top of the others. Never mind. I might put them in order just so it's easier for me. But that is that. Oh, my neck. Tray 1 finished. And I will see you guys later for tray 2. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I am so excited to work on this painting with y'all.